Thank you, Nathan. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'd like to welcome you all. And again, if there's any questions at the end, you can actually put them through the chat box, or you can come back through and we can have a talk. So let's get started. And what's the great news of Air Canada? What's happening and what's going on? So with our new year, 2018, we're launching Melbourne. So Melbourne will be our new service. It'll be starting on the 3rd of June, starting off at 3 times a week, and complementing our daily Sydney service, Sydney to Toronto, and also our daily Brisbane service. So we're the only carrier flying in from North America to all 3 Australian capital cities. So Melbourne will be launching on the new Dreamliner Boeing aircraft. Melbourne will be then 3 times a week, so starting on the 3rd of June, and that's all available in your GDS now as well. And as mentioned, Sydney is a 777 service, and Brisbane is the Dreamliner service as well. I'm just going to be touching on a little bit about our Virgin Australia partnership as well, and just a bit on the cabins and new look and feel with our business class, premium economy and economy cabins. And just so you're all aware as well, with all our enhancements, which I'm about to show you through here, that we are the only rated 4-star carrier in North America via Skytrax. And complementing that is Vancouver Airport, which is 8 years running best North American airport. So just touching on all our destinations across North America, we have 120 in North America as well as 65 throughout Canada. So lots of places to cover and send your passengers through. So this is our new look. Last year we had big celebrations. We celebrated our 80th birthday. New livery, new design, new aircraft coming through. It's all new colour schemes. Great new colour, and got great new announcement with our crew and all the desk and maintenance. Everyone's getting new uniforms over the next few weeks, and I'll be able to show you some images of that as well. But that's our new livery, and we're excited. It's actually been flying into Australia a couple of times into Sydney and Brisbane. And this is what it looks like underneath as well, showing you the maple leaf all over the plane, and right underneath is flying over the top as well. So it's showing up with a great new colour scheme. And this is the new uniforms. So again, this will be rolled out in the next 2 weeks. So it's everyone above the wing and below the wings, all our maintenance, ground crew, right through to check-in staff, as well as our flight attendants. And so we have 30,000 employees worldwide, and this is all the new great new look, including our pilots. So we're just giving a refurbish and giving a modern look, as well as enhancements, keeping us as the premium carrier for North America. So let's go and have a look at our cabins, and we'll look through and just see all the updates and seeing through business class, premium economy and economy. So business class is the herringbone style of 1, 2 and 1, everyone facing forward. Everyone has direct aisle access of individual suites, fully fly fat beds, and lots of storage space and individual power points as well. The seating is designed, it's all electronically controlled. Passengers can put it down to the full bed when they choose how they want as well. And it's over 6'8" long, so it's quite big, and the largest screens in North America as well. So it's great to have that design of 1, 2 and 1 with everyone facing forward. And the window seats are designed to facing out to the window, and the centre rows, you can put your passengers in the rows in the centre. That way they can actually talk if you have a couple travelling together as well. So looking at our new cabin, which is premium economy, which is just behind business class. Looking at the booking classes, it's NEO, NEO. You can make note of that. It's a dedicated cabin just behind business class. So it's got a row of 3 with 242 on the 777 and 232 on the Dreamliner. The 777 is a bit larger aircraft, so we can put that into 24 seats, and Dreamliner's out of Brisbane and Melbourne will have 21. Dedicated cabin again, lots of legroom, wider seating, premium meals, and designed, again, just behind business class, quite spacious with 38 inches of legroom. They have a dedicated check-in counters, a hot towel service, a pre-departure drink, and the meals are served in crockery and glassware. So just some really nice enhancements there. If you're putting your passengers through to Canada, we've got the nice cabin there to match, especially if they're going for a good holiday. They like something to splash out on. We've certainly got now the premium economy cabin to match that as well. There you are. So you can see the seating is 2 there on the sides. It's 242 on the 777-232 on the Dreamer. All our cabins are, on board are exactly the same. Whether they're travelling internationally on a 777 or Dreamliner, it's exactly the same look and feel aboard the aircraft. We actually completed our whole refit about a year ago as well. Larger screens, as I mentioned, and just under the screens they've got UBS ports, and it's great 600 hours of entertainment and footrests as well. Just off to the side there's an international power point, so lots of room for connections there as well. So it's quite spacious and well designed cabin. Our economy class has all been upgraded, new fabrics, new seating, and again we have a personal touch screen, 600 hours of entertainment with all complimentary meals and a selection of drinks and alcoholic beverages as well. They have in-seat power, of course, and UBS port for charging as well. As you can see there, there's just underneath the seat there's the international power charge. Every seat has one, so it's great if anyone wants to charge it. Again, it's an international, so any PowerPoint plug can work in to their seats. So let's go and have a look at some of the other service and enhancements Air Canada offers. First, I'll start with mobile services. So we are available for mobile apps for Apple, BlackBerry and Android, and any passenger can download those. And they're great, again, for messaging service, notification. They can do their mobile check-in. They can have their boarding pass scanned. It's just a great way of keeping up with technology, allowing the passengers smooth and easy processes through the airport. So, again, they can upload those apps to any of their phones. Our frequent flyer program is part of a larger program in Canada under the program of our Aeroplan. But we divide that into another company called Altitude. So passengers certainly get to a certain stage, they can actually move up, and there's lots of things that they can have. Of course, priority services, access to Maple Leaf lounges. Again, Gold and Silver Star Alliance is recognised. It's all free to join, both Aeroplan and Altitude as well. So it's a great way to look at that. Passengers doing lots of regular trips to Canada, certainly join them up. Otherwise, they're part of Star Alliance, so you can put Star Alliance memberships into their bookings as well. Some of the premium services I'm going to touch on is our Maple Leaf lounges and our concierge service. Maple Leaf lounges are all throughout North America, especially through Canada itself, and our concierge service is a dedicated staff, which I'll explain to you as well. Maple Leaf lounges, of course, arriving into Canada. We've got them at the 3 terminals within Vancouver, the domestic, international and USA. So passengers in the international coming back home from Canada, and now the Maple Leaf lounge has been double-sized, refurbished, brand new, and it's great for passengers returning back to Australia. So you see all new look there, all being refurbished, giving us, again, that premium airline for North America. Passengers out of Sydney and Brisbane and soon Melbourne have the use of the Air New Zealand's Kourou lounges, which are next to our gates. The Air New Zealand's lounges are fantastic as well. We use those for departures ex-Australia. Our concierge service, I was mentioning before, they're found at 43 airports around the world, including Sydney and Brisbane, and soon hopefully Melbourne. They're actually there for your business passengers, offering personalised service and dedicated work that they might need. If that passenger has a tight connection, arrive into Canada, for instance, into Vancouver, they can actually come onto the aircraft, greet them, get them through the terminal, help them with anything they needed, baggage carousels, if they left something on the plane. Again, they have their own offices, so they can actually help out in Toronto. They actually have BMW's transfer service. They're specialised and trained in concierge, just like a hotel. Unique service that we can offer, and that's all our flights on 43 airports and daily out of Sydney and Brisbane. Both Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne flights will all leave Australia around at the same time. That's mid-morning, arriving in at 7:30, perfect for those connections onward to Canada, as I mentioned, 60 destinations. And Vancouver being all under one roof, it's a great hub to transfer through and giving your passengers an easy hustle three-way. Chef David Hawksworth, he's a famous chef that we're partnership with out of Vancouver. He has several restaurants. He does all our signature dishes for business class and our Maple Leaf lounges, combining Canadian produce that's in season, creating dishes, giving that nice Canadian hospitality and taste and flavours. So again, all our business class passengers at Maple Leaf lounges get to experience Chef Hawksworth's designs. So it's a good partnership. We've teamed up. Also, I'll touch on Wi-Fi, which is coming soon, so all within North America and Canada, of course. Narrow-bodied aircraft have the Wi-Fi available, ground to air, and we're now working on the satellites, putting them into the international aircraft. Will take about a year to do. We're looking forward to Australia very soon. It should be in the next 6 months to a year we'll have Wi-Fi enabled services available. I would like to touch on Air Canada Rouge, which is our leisure low-cost carrier based in Canada. You might come across it occasionally. It's still the same designator as AC. Sometimes there's internal flights within Canada. You'll see that they'll come up. Again, it's basically just two-class cabin, flying to destinations, usually outside of Canada, but sometimes they can be within as well. And that's premium economy as well as economy. Still commissionable, ticketable on the TicketX Australia, and again, it's AC designator. We also have Air Canada Express. And Air Canada Express is usually the prop aircraft, small Bombardier jets going on to destinations like Victoria, see smaller towns and cities within Canada, Kelowna. So you often see Air Canada Mainline, Air Canada Express, and Air Canada Rouge, all still AC designator as well. As I was touching on before, the strategic partnership with Virgin, it's in a rollout stage. We've passed stage 1 and 2, which is code sharing on each other's services. So from Perth, Adelaide, Hobart, you can connect through on Virgin flights with an Air Canada flight number to Sydney and Brisbane, and it's now being put in the GDS into Melbourne as well. So it's great for passengers wanting an Air Canada flight number right through. You'll be able to see that, and it's on the returns as well. So it's selected Air Canada flights. Virgin flights with Air Canada flight numbers. And the same for Virgin when they arrive into LA. They have Air Canada flight code share flight numbers from LA up into Calgary, Toronto and Montreal. So it's a partnership that's being rolled out. We'd like to move into the Velocity reciprocal frequent flyer program. That's still to come. Don't let clients know that right now. We'll let the industry know when that happens. It may not happen until later this year or early next year. Otherwise, they can still use their frequent flyers with Star Alliance, or again, as I mentioned, Aeroplan's free to join. You can still use Qantas and Jetstar as some of our published fares and wholesale fares. It's still available. We're just moving closer with Virgin, having those strategic plans so we can move into the Velocity program, which we're very excited and looking forward to. Now, just coming back to Vancouver, again, Vancouver is fantastic to transfer through. Easy to go if you're going on, stopping Canada and going on to States. Again, ease of transport. All bags are now checked to their final destination via Vancouver. So let's say they're going to Victoria, once they land, they just go through Canadian immigration and then straight upstairs for their flight. The Flights Australia will give your passengers their boarding pass to their final destination, and then they're told that their bags will be picked up in their final destination. So they no longer have to go to baggage carousels or actually go to the bag drop. It's all done, all checked for their final destination. Makes it so much easier and great for RPACs going on domestically within Canada. Vancouver, as I mentioned, a wonderful airport, being 8 years running best North American airport. It's so simple, such an easy process to go through Canadian immigration or the US, and you go straight through to your flight. Then mentioning Star Alliance, we're part of Star Alliance, of course. We're a member airline that started 20 years ago, and we're one of the five founding members. As I mentioned, you can use the Star Alliance memberships of other airlines into our PNRs. These are new Star Alliance around the world fares are allowing a minimum of 2 stopovers, so that's some great news to match the One World as well. There's no longer a North American Air Pass, so you'd have to just look at our published fares if you want to do lots of internal flights. So just touching on the ETA. The ETA, again, it's all in place. It's for passengers going to Canada by air. They need that now at $7 Canadian. They go online, and it's for 5 years. So it is worth traveling. Anyone that's going to North America, they'll even go to the States and then maybe not going to Canada, they might change their mind there. Best to have them do one. It's $7, covers them for 5 years. There's a government website there. Always check your clients going to the government website. There are fraudulent ones that can charge a lot more money, but the government one is definitely $7. We still get 20 to people a day turning up to our flights from Sydney and Brisbane without a visa. So it's very important. If they rush it at the airport, they may not get the right visa. One may a letter wrong. and the passenger might be denied still for 24 hours or locked out of the system. So it's always best to make sure you are recommending the Electronic Travel Authority to Canada. So why sell Air Canada? Let me give you some tips and unique selling points, some things you may not be aware that will help you in confidence from today's presentation, selling on to Air Canada. So as I mentioned, those flights going Sydney daily, Brisbane daily and Melbourne, we're starting, of course, on the 3rd of June, year-round. That gives them 3 options, especially if they're coming from other cities into our East Coast cities and across to Canada. If one city was quite busy, couldn't get seats, you can look at the other city as well. And again, coming back, it's like a triangle fare. So it gives lots of coverage getting to Canada. Your fares are combinable in your published airfares. You have Canada, USA can be combined. So at open draw, let's say they would go to New York and they were driving overland back up to Toronto to see Niagara Falls and come out of Toronto back to Vancouver, Sydney. You can combine those on all your published fares. And the combinable booking classes, so if they wanted to go business class one way and come back economy or premium economy, that can be done as well. Published fares will certainly quote all that for you. We also the published fares as well as the weekdays and weekends. Weekdays are more economical. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they'll be marked with an X in the fare displays in your GDS and a W for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. To give you an example, we'll just have a look at the next screen, which is showing you the fare basis you might come across in a published fare display. The X in the middle, they will signify, again, that will be the weekday fares. And W on the next one in the middle would the weekend fares. T at the end always lets you know there's a tactical fare, so it's usually quick instant purchase or 72 hours, making sure our fares are always done not by day, it's done by hours, so 72 hours, and of course the end date there as well. Always going to the fare rules and the published fare just to check on repricing penalties such as changes before departure, $200. It's all there noted throughout published fares, making it quite easy. Of course, we offer published fares, we offer wholesale fares. There's the summer early birds and winter early birds and year-round wholesale fares. All of our Canadian partners and suppliers will have access to those. So please always reach out and ask for a wholesale fare. Sometimes it's going to be much easier booking well ahead and you can save a lot of discount there by using the published fares as well. The winter early birds will be soon released, of course, to major ski companies for usually in about May, and that'll be for the winter early birds at the end of this year. And for 2019, the summer early birds will be out soon as well. So let's just wrap up on a couple of screens just to give you a touch on today's presentation. Again, the 3 classes of travel are all available on all our aircraft out of Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne. We have the new international business class, the Herringbone 1, 2 and 1 direct aisle access, premium economy cabin just behind business class, and all the enhancements and priority check-in counters, extra meals and wider leg space as well. And the premium economy has all been refurbished with 600 hours of entertainment and new fabrics and a new cabin as well. So mentioning there, again, if you're flying from Adelaide, say Perth, across Hobart, you can fly up to Sydney and Brisbane with Virgin. We're having an Air Canada flight number and should be in the GDSs now for Melbourne as well. So travelling through, here's a great photo of our new crew uniform. That's coming all soon in the next 2 weeks. Great Canadian hospitality, great smiles and friendly attitude. If you want to reach out to us, there's certainly ways on social media. Of course, we have Facebook, and we're soon to launch an Australian Facebook page, but otherwise there is the Canadian one that you can join at any time. We're available on Twitter, of course, and also LinkedIn. There's corporate travel agents pages as well as myself. So it's a great way to connect through social media and keeping yourself up to date there as well. So thank you, everyone. We'll now open up. Nathan, thank you again. Thanks for everyone's time. We'll be able to type through some questions in the chat box, or you can come off mute and we can answer your questions for you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Neil. Great presentation there. So as Neil said, anyone who may have questions, now's the time. You can either come off mute or go into the chat box to either Neil or myself and we'll read them out. So we'll give you a minute to do that. If you've got everything you need out of that presentation, then feel free to leave us now. Otherwise, yeah, if you've got a question, hang around. couple of thank yous. That's good. And just so everyone's aware, Neil will be touching base with you all in the coming days with a bit of a follow-up email with any other information. So if you've got questions, you can also contact Neil directly from that. Here we go. Yeah, we've got one from Alison, page 30. I don't know what that means. Able to send to me. So Alison, Ski Travel Company, I think she might be after a copy of the presentation, maybe. Not really sure there. Alison, what we'll say is you can either send Neil a private message now in that chat box, or you can contact...
I think Townsville, mentioning there about Townsville. At the moment, out of Townsville, you can use Jetstar to Brisbane. Virgin, yeah, Townsville will probably come online. Yeah, there's only so many cities we're allowed to code share for government regulations at this stage. So Virgin to Townsville won't be one of them just yet. You'd have to still use, you can still use Virgin, but it just won't have an Air Canada flight number on it. And Jetstar as well. We do allow all those airlines from all cities, Cairns, right down Mackay, anywhere into Brisbane to connect to the flight. Yep.
Great. I think actually Alison's talking about Esther. So yeah, Neil will send through in his follow-up, maybe just provide that link, Neil, for the for the guys.
Yeah,
for the
I'll send all that
visa.
through. Yep. A sheet with everything, all the easy numbers.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, I think that's it. Thanks very much, guys. Look forward to having you join us in 2 weeks' time for our next webinar. And we will be in touch via email, both myself and Neil. So thanks again, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time.